Morgans at Myriad.
It's Chris Titley here live from the Myriad Festival. We've got Monica Bradley. Monica, thank you for coming and joining me.
Awesome. I'm so beyond excited to finally be sitting down with my arch rival in the podcasting world.
There's no such thing as rivals. We're all friends here
Exactly.
in the ecosystem. Now, Monica, your involvement in the Queensland startup ecosystem. Tell us about that.
I came back from a second tour of duty offshore about 6 years ago and had been doing early stage investing offshore. I'd worked in the sovereign wealth funds, had traded in New York City and wanted to stay in my hometown, and there was some going on, but it was very fragmented. So I kind of talked around. I met Baxter and I sat on a couple of milk crates at the back of some dingy place before RCL had kind of cracked its thing, and I said, how do I get involved? What do you think's going on here? He said, nothing much, get your wallet out, start investing. So I kind of did some early stage angel investing, and we since then have built the ecosystem that we see today, right?
Yeah, and like 12 months ago we had Myriad, a couple of thousand people at the powerhouse. We're sitting here today 12 months later. You've just come off the plane from Myriad Air, which I want to talk about, but firstly, I mean, the energy and the levels of excitement and also the tangibility of the results in the ecosystem. Talk about that in the last 12 months.
Yeah. Look, I was trying to work it out today. I think we're at like 500x, right? Just in the last 3 years. Definitely the government coming on board with Leanne Enoch and Jamie, helping us and really putting co-design programs that really fitted what our ecosystem needed really helped. Queensland is really, but we attract a really different sort of founder, right? We're not a Sydney scale compete, go fast, go hard, fail. We have a low failure rate, but we're getting some cool tech. And we're really, what I'm loving now is with the escalation, we're starting to focus in these areas where we really add value. Mining tech, creative tech.
Ag tech, we had a great ag tech over
really good
before
ag
as
tech.
well. Yep.
And we're starting to get early stages of fintech, but it's unusual like social fintech, right?
Yep.
So really excited, and the quality of the founders, the quality of the money. The money's really starting to come out in Brisbane now. So, we're getting the recipe right.
Yeah, we had 250 people last night at an event with 14 pitches. I mean, they were just...
And they were throwing 100Ks out.
Yeah, that's right.
Floor,
Live bids on the floor. But now you were on Myriad Air, which is a new concept this year. Tell us about that concept and how that panned out for you.
Yeah, Myriad Air was awesome. Like epic. That would be the two words that explain to me. 100 people from Brisbane get on their own way, find their way to San Francisco, and for 5 days, we went as a pack, like a startup catalyst on steroids. And by the time we got to day 3 in San Francisco, we were starting to hear from people we were going to meet. They were going, you're those kids from Brisbane and you've got the plane. So it was interesting to see in an ecosystem that has Hyperloop and Tesla cars and the world's biggest battery, that a little bunch of kids from Brisbane that got on a plane and hired a 747 jet that was totally underwritten by corporate Brisbane and great people buying tickets could actually penetrate their everyday life. They were totally amazed by it. So that was an awesome mind setting for us. And then the plane itself really was all about creating great friends. When you travel together, that's when you make some of your best friendships.
Sure do, and particularly in 14 hours of no escape. You get to know a lot of people, network with a lot of people. Now we're back here in Brisbane. Now moving forward, Monica, what do you think Brisbane needs, or the Australian ecosystem needs? Is it entrepreneurs? Is it jobs? Is it ideas?
We need to visualize. We need to make visible the problems worth solving better. I still think we're seeing corporates hanging on to problems longer, ignoring that. If they bring forth their problems, that gives the natural customers to our startups that are really good at that solving. So I'd like to see, and that's where I spend a lot of my time, in that what I would call seed to scale. So they've got their money. How do I help them not waste the first 250K making dumb decisions? How do I connect better of the startups with the corporates so they've got a natural customer path? And how do we bring the money to the table in a way that we're starting to see money come out now? We don't want to really get to the stage where it's being wasted and we're seeing a lot of failure rates, but how do we bring smart money to the table?
Yeah, that seed to scale is a very interesting segment of the market, I suppose, because a lot of founders do get money. They're right, let's go do this, do that, and before you know it, the mortality rate in terms of 9 out of 10 startups probably at that stage might fail. I think that's a great concept that you're doing and helping with.
And I think there's, for those of us who have spent our lives in corporates around the world, we understand very much how that space works. So, for people like you and I are great salespeople. That is probably the number one skill I see in deficit in our startups and scale-ups. Awesome on the tech, awesome on the design, awesome on the customer, but actually don't know how to acquire the customer. So going through the old stage. I have a great old Rolodex, as you do. My job is to shorten that supply chain, get the customer on board.
Is that a Rolex or a Rolodex?
Rolodex.
Oh, okay, good, yeah.
Sorry. I must have Americanized that, right?
No, that was me.
Yeah, so we've got good contacts, right? How do we work with those startups to acquire the customer at a better point and get them on faster?
And you've seen 6 years here in Brisbane in early stage investing. You've seen a lot of startups, entrepreneurs, etc. What's one piece of advice you can give to them, or even the business leaders out there that want to get involved in the innovation ecosystem?
Do it with purpose. Really think about why you get out of bed. In Brisbane we are in Queensland more broadly, we're really building new enterprises and industries that are genuinely based on something bigger than making money. If this is a money-making exercise, go to Sydney, go to wherever you think is that shiny place and be part of that game. And that's totally okay. We are about really making good sustainable businesses that bring a sustainable return that is money, that is measured in lots of ways. Traction, the good we do, the great people we employ. We have a natural ecosystem here in Queensland of extraordinary, talented people that choose to live in this great lifestyle. What we now need to do is bring them to ventures and allow them to apply their skills, particularly in the tech space and the smart STEM space, in a way that we can do globally significant ventures.
Monica, it's been an absolute pleasure to finally sit down with you and have a chat after all this time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chris. Love it. Love your work.